Can you imagine being diagnosed with an incurable disease and subsequently losing control on your life? What would be the first thing that comes to mind? How can you stay independent? How can you maintain the quality of your life? How does it affect your family and friends? Well, that's how Frank feels. Frank recently came to the doctor complaining about his balance, saying he's unsteady, and he also noticed an unusual hand tremor. The problem is that these symptoms started to affect his daily activities. At the neurologist, Frank got two bad news. The first one is that he suffers from a movement disorder, a group of diseases characterized by abnormal movements and motor symptoms, such as loss of balance, bad posture, and tremor. The doctor had to visually observe these parameters and subjectively take a decision to determine which movement disorder Frank has. The second bad news is that, unfortunately, there is no cure for this kind of disorders. The only hope that enlightens Frank is that the right combination of good medicine could control his painful symptoms. But Frank has to observe his state at home, write down his observations, and regularly come back to the doctor for a new assessment and new treatment. That might get him to the right combination. But that takes a lot of time and is based on the perception of patient. After a long evaluation and multiple assessments, the doctor decides that Frank has Parkinson's disease. From now on, his treatment has to be constantly adjusted for controlling his symptoms. But there's some good news for Frank. ENTy, two main devices. One device attached to the back of the patient that analyzes balance, posture, and gait, as in how the patient walks from A to B, and one device attached to the wrist of the patient that analyzes hand and finger tremor. All that data is sent and processed in the cloud, and the results are displayed in a doctor-friendly app. And the best part is that not only the doctor uses it for offering diagnosis and treatments, but also the patient uses it at home for monitoring himself. That means that by using it only once a week at home, the patient could visualize his improvements on symptoms with an objective measurement and data. And together with the doctor, they can both observe how different combinations of treatments impact the life of patient, such as lifestyle coaches, physical training, and medication. The doctor and patient can have the ENTy kit consisting in a back and hand device at a fixed price, and then they will subscribe for a monthly or yearly fee for data analysis and visualization based on their usage. The doctors that can use ENTy and diagnose people like Frank are neurologists or GPs, but also ear, nose, throat doctors could use ENTy for diagnosing balance and gait disorders. Frank has been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, but he could have also been diagnosed with essential tremor or multiple sclerosis or any other movement disorder. Fortunately, in the Netherlands, there's a strong network and innovation towards movement disorders. That's why our first milestone is to launch in the Netherlands in 2018 and proceed in the following 2 years with UK and US, the most relevant countries for movement disorders. Our competitors focus on delivering hardware with patient analysis only on tremor, but our solution adds a dose of analysis from specialists on all the parameters that are needed: balance, posture, gait, and tremor. And today, we are more than proud to announce the official beginning of a scientific validation with Amsterdam UMC. But to begin with, we finished prototyping ENTy in February, and in October 2018, we plan to launch as a Class 1 medical device offering real-time measurements and historic evolution. In 12 months, we plan to deploy ENTy kits to doctors and their patients. This will enable us to build up our database and proceed to the second phase, launching as a Class 2A medical device. We want ENTy to be the next wearable that empowers the patient and brings him closer to the doctor. This means that our devices will be able to perform automatic and early diagnosis on patients with movement disorder. We'll be empowered to adjust treatments based on the patient evolutions, and it will predict when should the next appointment with your doctor be. Last but not least, We, as entrepreneurs and scientists, we will be empowered to use all that anonymous data into tracking patterns of diseases and ideal treatments on certain categories of age, gender, and lifestyle. Today, I'm happy to have by my side two of my co-founders and to present to you the core team of my team. You can find a very balanced and multidisciplinary team where you can find anything from PhDs in electronics to PhDs in neurology. We are looking for investment to expand our team, get our medical certifications, and produce the first batch of devices. Also, any new or relevant connections with Dutch and UK clinics could help us move forward to our goals. My name is Flavia. Come join me and my team in helping Frank and others like him in responding to their daily struggling question: can I or can't I do this today? Thank you.